Hi, I'm Chris Tagler, Roofing REV Marketing, and today I'm going to walk you through setting up your roofing Google Business Profile. All you're going to do is go to Google Business Profile, type it into Google, or you could type in business.google.com. Either way, it will take you to this page. You are going to click on Get Started, and then you are going to type in your business name. Something, and it appears that it is found. You are going to click on it, and you're going to try to claim it. That is a totally separate video, but for now, we're going to do one. If you're a new guy in that block, you don't have one yet, it is going to come up like this: create a business with this name. You're going to hit that, click continue. You're going to ignore the top one. You're not a retail store. We don't, this isn't roofing supplies. So you're either going to have two things, right? You're going to have a service area business, which means you're hiding the address from the public. You don't want them coming into your establishment, your home, whatever it is. So you're going to do a service area business. The other option is if you have an address, even if it's a home office or a storefront, like let's say a showroom, customers could come there. Even if it's a house, if you could put a sign in front of the house. Anytime you have an address, it can't be a P.O. box, it can't be a mail center, but it could be any kind of address. It doesn't matter if it's a home or a business, as long as there's signage saying that that business is at that establishment. You're going to have to do a video verification no matter what. For the address, it's more complex. You're going to have to prove, starting out with the store sign, the cross streets, videotaping that, and then walking into the establishment, opening the door with the key, going into the office, showing them that the office is set up, and proving that this is your office space. That's the requirements from Google if you're going to actually have a physical address. If you're going to do service area business, it's much easier. You just have to prove that you're in that area. So you would go to your home office and just kind of show them around. You would walk out to your truck that's branded. It has to be branded. You would open the truck. You would lock it, open it, show that you're getting access to that branded truck, and it's that simple. That's all you have to do for that one. You don't actually have to prove that there's somebody there at all times during your business hours for walk-ins, So let's do service area business first. So there is only one category for roofers that we're going to be focused on: roofing contractors. Like I said, we're not selling supplies. So you can click on that. You're going to go to next. And now you're going to type in your service area. You could have up to 20 service areas, okay? But it obviously depends on how populated those service areas are. If you're in like Houston or Dallas, Texas, you're only going to select one, right? That's a metropolitan, that's a big area. But if you're a smaller city like McAllen Valley or something like that, then you could have probably 10 or up to 20 surrounding cities, right? So let's just say we're a big hog, we're Dallas, okay? So I'm going to type in, I'm going to click on that, I'm going to hit next. And now it is going to ask for your contact details. So we're going to select US, because we're a US business. We're going to type in our phone number. We're going to type in our website. So you're never going to want to hand type this in, because I've seen so many different people mess this up. You are literally going to copy your address, okay? You're not going to do not type in the website. Go to your website, paste it in, copy, paste it in. Put your business on the map. Start connecting with customers across Google all in one place, all right? Get news, and to bother to be Google, it's going to be some sales rep that Google sub the service out to. Get invitations to participate in surveys. I never click that stuff. I just click continue. All right, now you get to enter your mailing address, right? So now you're going to type in your mailing address, whatever that is, select your state, and you're going to hit next. It even says right here, the address you provide here will be hidden from public. P.O. boxes, post boxes, not eligible, right? So you still have to prove that you're in that service area, right? Like we talked about during the verification. So you still have to type in an address. It doesn't matter if it's your home address or whatever, or a business you just don't want people to go to, but you still have to type it in because you have to prove that you're in this area. Does that make sense? So they're going to give you different ways to verify, right? Service area is not as difficult to get verified as a physical address. So like right now, it just says, I could do a simple phone verification. I could get this thing verified in like 5 seconds, right? But I guarantee you, this is like step one. They're going to make you double verify. Just everything nowadays, unless you get lucky, they're going to make you double verify. It's just, Google just changed their system a few weeks ago. It's just how it is. But I could do the phone, I could choose email if I want, and I could choose the business video. Whether you choose phone or email, like those are good starts, but I'm going to say 99% of the time, they're going to make you do the business video anyways. So like I said, you could test your luck. You could do the phone and then, wait a few days and then it's going to say processing. And then it's going to say re-verify again or approved. So like I said, you might get lucky. You might only have to do the one, but 99% of the time, they're going to make you do the video. So if you don't want to wait the extra few days and you don't want to get this done as fast as possible, just do the video right off the bat. Don't waste your time. Then you're going to click next, and then it's going to tell you what to do, right? This one is saying you got to show your street signs. You got to show your business name printed somewhere that only you really have access to, and then show some kind of business equipment. So I use a branded truck. I use the business cards, and I use the business license. Providing a little more verification is better than providing the bare minimum because you want this to get done fast, right? You don't want to keep having Google reject a verification. You have to keep redoing this stuff. I over provide the information. You got it. You got the license, right? You're a roofer. You got business cards, hopefully, which, you're a service area business, so it doesn't have to have an address on it, right? So you can use business cards. You could walk into your office. You could have a window clean on your window if it's a home office. You could have a sign on your door. These are all acceptable. No matter what, though, you're going to have to show the street signs. So just follow these options, hit next, and then you're going to actually go through the video and do your recording, right? So now let's back it up and let's do I want to go back to doing the other option, which was a physical address, right? All right, it's going to make me do this all over again, but it's okay. So I'm going to type in business.google.com. I got to delete the business because I just created it. Go back to business.google.com. We're going to get started again. So let's do this over. Business name. For this one, I'm going to do an actual storefront. I have a place customers could visit. I got my sign out front. That's what they're going to require. Even when filling this out, just know that you could verify later. You don't actually have to verify right now when you do it. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to type in roofer, contractor. Going to hit next. Now this one, you're entering your address, but like remember, this is an actual physical address. This is one that people could come visit. So this is your real address. Okay. If you have a suite number, you could choose to add your suite number here in the street address. You would just do like, suite 2. Normally when I do it, I usually just keep it nice and clean. I put it as address line number 2. Sorry, my computer's running really slow. Suite 2. And now that I got my address in there, I got my suite number if you have one. Then you're going to hit next. Now it's going to ask if any of these businesses are you. None of these businesses are obviously going to be you. If they are, you're going to select it. You have to go through a claiming process. It's a totally different video. But for now, you're going to say none of these are you. You're going to hit next. Same thing here. You're going to type in your phone number. You want to make sure you select the United States, right? Because that's where you are located. Type in that. Again, I'm going to type in my website. Do not hand type this. You're going to hit next. If you do not have a website, hit skip. But if you don't have a website by now, you got to get one. But you hit skip if you don't. And now here's this, right? Here is the same screen as before. You could uncheck these boxes. I don't want people bothering me, salespeople for Google, trying to get richer. This is a free listing, right? This is a free Google business profile. You do not have to pay for this. You do not need salespeople blowing up your phone 20 times a day. And that's it. So the same thing. This is a physical address now. It's giving me multiple ways to verify. Again, pick one of these. You could test your luck or just go straight to the business video because they're going to make you do it anyways. It just makes things go faster. 99% of the time, they're going to request it anyways. And then this is a little different, right? So now you still have to show the street sign, show that you are on that street. Your office is on that street. Your building is on that street. You're going to have to show your name printed on a fixture. It could be a sign. It could be a directory. If it's like a suite of different offices. There's usually a directory when you first walk in. So it'll have your name on the directory of what offices. There's usually like a window cling, a permanent sign in your front. Those are all things that are acceptable. And then you have to show that you have staff only access to this place. You got to open it with a key. You got to lock it. You got to go in there. You have to show people working, even if it's just one person answering the phones. But when you go to the next step, be very aware that you have to capture all this stuff. So you got to plan it a little bit ahead. But you also cannot show any faces. Do not show your employees' faces. Make sure when you're walking up to the door, if there's a window, if there's glass, do not get your reflection in it. They will reject it and you'll have to do it again. But they don't tell you the reason why it was rejected. They're terrible at that. But this is it. This is all you have to do. Hope this helps. Take care, guys.